in the headlines of this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister urges Giang to become industrial and a service-oriented province. And Vietnam amplifies sports tourism with diverse international events.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huyen Tan with the top stories. On March 23rd, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh inspected the progress of key construction projects in the Mekong Delta province of Tiền Giang. These include the Gò Công Si Dike and the Rạch Miễu 2 bridge. During his visit to the Rạch Miễu 2 bridge construction site, the second major bridge connecting Tiền Giang and Bến Tre provinces across the Tiền River, he urged the investor and contractors to expedite and complete the construction 3 months ahead of schedule by National Day, September 2nd in 2025. The bridge, with a length of nearly 17.6 kilometers and a width of 21.5 meters, has 4 lanes and a design speed of 80 kilometers per hour. The total investment for its construction is over 6.8 trillion Vietnam dong, or $283.3 million from the state budget, with construction starting in March 2022. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh attended a conference to announce Tiền Giang province's master plan scheme on Sunday. At the event, he urged the province, along with various ministries and departments, to collaborate and closely address the challenges faced by businesses and residents promptly.
According to the provincial plan, by 2030, TIEN will fundamentally transform into an industrial province. It will feature a modern and comprehensive infrastructure system, dynamic regions, and an economic center focused on industry, tourism, a marine-based economy, and urbanization. The Prime Minister highlighted TIEN's considerable potential and advantages. These encompass its strategic position as the primary food hub in the Mekong Delta region, its role as a transportation nexus linking the region and Ho Chi Minh City, and its substantial human resources. However, the Prime Minister also acknowledged the challenges and difficulties facing the province and the region. These include the impacts of climate change and natural disasters, limited transportation infrastructure, healthcare, education, and insufficient high-quality human resources.
Focus should be placed on pooling all legitimate resources to leverage existing growth drivers while making breakthroughs in new growth engines, including digital transformation, green transition, circular, sharing, knowledge-based economy, and climate change mitigation. In addition, it is necessary to invest in improving workforce quality, ensuring social welfare, and strengthening regional, interregional, and international connectivity. Attention must be paid to accelerating the construction of comprehensive, strategic, synchronous, and inclusive infrastructure in numerous important fields, fostering the development of processing and manufacturing industries, promoting the application of science, technology, and innovation in production and trade, thus improving livelihoods for residents, is also essential.
The event also saw provincial authorities grant in-principle approvals and investment certificates for 14 projects valued at over $686 million. The Prime Minister requested the locality create favorable conditions for investors to explore business opportunities and expand their operations in Giang.
National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ attended the 20th anniversary of the re-establishment of the Central Highlands province of Đắk Nông on March 23rd in Gia Nghĩa City. On this occasion, the province received the Independence Medal, first class, the third highest award of the party and state of Vietnam. At the ceremony, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ requested the ministries, branches, central agencies, provinces, cities across the region and the country, and businesses to continue supporting and providing favorable conditions for Đắk Nông province to achieve its goals. By 2030, the province aims to become a well-developed province of the Central Highlands. Given the diversity of the locality, where 40 ethnic groups coexist, the National Assembly chairman emphasized the province's need to concentrate resources on socio-economic development and improving the lives of ethnic groups. The Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, or HCYU, conducted a ceremony in Hanoi on the evening of March 23rd to recognize young individuals who made significant achievements in various fields in 2023. Acting President Võ Thị Ánh Xuân attended the event and presented the awards. The HCYU Central Committee gave these awards to acknowledge the exceptional contributions of the youth, encourage the growth of young talents, and promote movements for academic excellence, training, scientific research, labor, and innovation among young people. Welcome back to VTV News. Now, following the recommendations issued by the European Commission, or EC, to Vietnam on preventing illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing, there have been significant changes in Vietnam's fisheries. In Bình Thuận province, fishermen are working together to monitor and prevent destructive fishing practices in an effort to preserve marine resources. The catalyst for these positive changes was the establishment of a community-based fishing association in the coastal village.
Lê Xuân Huỳng's house is a common gathering spot for fishermen in Tân Thuận Commune, Hàm Thuận Nam District, Bình Thuận Province. As the leader of the team responsible for monitoring IUU fishing activities in the commune, Huỳnh plays a crucial role. The team's expertise lies in chasing instances of bottom trawling and overexploitation.
Fishing without regulations leads to the depletion of seafood resources. However, with the proactive involvement of fishermen's associations, I am confident that the number of violations will decrease.
Fishing communities are deeply conscious of the risks of marine resource depletion. This understanding led to the creation of the Tân Thuận Commune Fisheries Community Association in early 2018. After the seafood is caught, it is moved to purchasing warehouses. At this stage, association members can readily identify any unlawful exploitation of young seafood.
We encourage people to comply with fishing regulations through various means. For example, we host dinners with fishermen to discuss these regulations.
Hàm Thuận Nam District in Bình Thuận Province is the first place in the country to implement the fisheries co-management model. This model delegates the management rights of marine resources to fishermen. With fishermen directly managing the sea area, it becomes a shared resource for fisheries, providing sustainable livelihoods for fishing villages.
The Vietnamese government plans to auction approximately 5 million tons of excess carbon credits on international trading platforms due to an available surplus. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, or MARD, outlined this information in a report to the Prime Minister. The report discussed the implementation status of the Emission Reductions Payment Agreement in the North Central region and proposed transferring surplus greenhouse gas emission reductions for the 2018 to 2019 period. Specifically, in October last year, Vietnam received 1.25 trillion Vietnam dong, or $28 million from the World Bank for reducing 10.3 million tons of carbon emissions from 2018 to 2019. Almost a year ago, Quảng Ninh province replaced styrofoam buoys used in agricultural rafts with eco-friendly materials to maintain the cleanliness of Hạ Long Bay. Despite this, trash, including styrofoam buoys and agriculture cages, has reappeared in the bay, especially around the islands and Bai Tu Long area. This trash spreads widely during high tides, requiring increased garbage collection activities on the bay.
In the past year, Quang Ninh Province has stepped up its efforts to manage and collect waste, including foam buoys, in the bay. So far, over 10,000 cubic meters of foam buoys have been gathered and taken ashore for processing. Regular waste collection activities are carried out in the bay and around the islands to handle floating waste and eliminate any remaining foam buoys.
We are launching a campaign, starting on March 3rd, and lasting for 20 days. This campaign mobilizes forces from the Ha Long Bay Management Board, city authorities, businesses operating services on the bay, and other units.
Overall, the environment is relatively clean due to regular cleaning.
Aside from foam buoys, the Ha Long Bay area generates approximately 200 tons of waste annually. This waste includes plastic and plastic bags from tourism and fishing activities. Currently, the authorities in Quang Ninh Province are increasing their efforts to inspect and supervise garbage collection and transportation at all 19 tourist sites on the bay.
We will invest in facilities and vehicles to ensure effective garbage collection. We will also urge functional forces and coordinate with city authorities to manage coastal garbage properly.
In addition to waste collection and treatment, Quang Ninh Province is improving wastewater treatment systems at tourist attractions and implementing treatment processes for wastewater on ships and along shorelines.
Many countries have successfully leveraged major sporting events to become appealing tourist destinations. For instance, in Vietnam, the Bình Định province is set to host significant international tournaments like the 2024 Grand Prix Professional Motor Tour motorboat racing tournament. This presents a prime opportunity for the province to become a potential host for future international marine sports events.
After taking place in 40 different countries, the Grand Prix International Motorboat Racing Tournament was hosted in Vietnam for the first time. The professionalism of the organizers left a positive impression on the athletes who were participating for the first time.
I think the first event will give the motivation to the pilots who are not here now, because it's a big event, it's a beautiful event. Here in Vietnam, we feel really good.
Series of water sport event, and Binh Dinh and Quy Nhon are a perfect stage to host this type of event. I know that Vietnam, I would say, perfect partner. You have a lot of young people in your country.
In just 1 week of the event, the tournament is projected to draw approximately 5,000 international and 50,000 domestic visitors to the coastal city of Quy Nhon. The Grand Prix Binh Dinh is anticipated to become an annual event, contributing to a significant boost for Binh Dinh tourism.
We have made great efforts to organize this tournament because we know that it is the best opportunity for us to showcase the province's potential strengths. We need to create more events to attract tourists.
The International Professional Powerboat Race's second stage will continue from March 29th to 31st. This event has paved the way for sports tourism activities, establishing Quy Nhon, Binh Dinh, as a destination for regional and international events.
Now, before we say goodbye, let's take a look at the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app at VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.